guys, I hope you're doing well and welcome back to my channel. So it is a Sunday afternoon and I thought I would just do a very relaxed chatty style video for you guys today. So I'm actually going to be doing the first time tag, and I know these tags are like way outdated and nobody probably does them anymore, but I think they're really fun and I want you guys to feel like that you actually know me, not like we don't know me, but I just want you guys to get to know me a bit better. So yes, grab your cup of tea or coffee or whatever you like to drink and let's get this tag started. So this tag has 25 questions and question 1 is, what was your first tweet? Now, I've actually just been on a website where you can just put in your username and find your first tweet. My first tweet was on the 7th of November 2013 at 6:45 p.m. So that means I've been on Twitter for like almost 4 years now. Wow. And my first I can't talk today. And my first tweet was, Professor Layton and the Azran Legacies is out tomorrow. I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't. But yeah, I'm a massive Professor Layton fan. It's one of my favourite like 3DS series and I'm so sad it's ended. However, there is a new one coming out this year called Lady Layton, which I cannot wait for. And yeah, this must have been the day before it came out and I can't believe it's been that long since a Professor Layton game. Question 2 is, what was your first YouTube video? And on my channel currently now, my first upload is my room tour. However, I did start YouTube before then, many years ago, back when I was in like high school. I can't remember how old I was. I think I was like 12 or 13, and my first video, I believe, was actually just like an upload of just pictures of like my drawings, because I used to draw a lot of Pokemon and manga and stuff like that, and yeah, I remember like people from school finding it and it was like so embarrassing and it's so cringy nowadays. But I did have a little time where I did make stuff for YouTube. I've mostly deleted or privated all of those now because they're way too cringy and crap to be out there for people to actually watch, so you won't find them now. Question 3 is, first person you subscribed to on YouTube? I believe this was Bub's Beauty. She is her and combination, I think her, Becky and Unlisted Leaf, who is a guy who owns Pokemon cards. They're probably like the 3 people I've been subbed to the longest. I love Bob. She's so kind and sweet and down to earth, and it's been incredible seeing her and her family grow. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed or seen her videos, then go and check her out. Question 4, my first Facebook profile picture, which I'll put here. Yeah, I was one of those kids who never really uploaded a picture of themselves at first, and I would just put like cringy anime pictures or like a Piplup as my profile picture because yeah, that is just like 12-year-old me. Question 5, do you still talk to your first love? No, because they couldn't care less about them. I've moved on from them and I would rather keep it that way. Question 6, what was your first alcoholic drink? I believe it was vodka and Diet Coke. I have a terrible alcohol tolerance. I'll drink like 2 shots and that's me done. I'll be rolling on the floor for the whole evening, and I don't really like the taste of alcohol anyway, so I would rather not drink it. I would much rather enjoy a good old cup of tea or coffee. Question 7, what was your first job? Never had a job. So moving on to question 8, what was your first car? I don't drive either, and I don't know if I would like to learn to drive, but 1, it's very expensive, and 2, it's kind of scary in my eyes, so I'm sure I will learn to drive in the future, but right now it's not really a priority of mine. Question 9, who is the first person you texted today? Now, I haven't actually texted anyone today, but I was just talking to my boyfriend, so I suppose he counts. Question 10, who was the first person you thought of this morning? Probably my boyfriend, to be honest. Yeah, as cute and as gay as that sounds, it's always him. Question 11, who is your first grade teacher? Gosh, oh my god, I would like to say I have a good memory, but I'm trying to think, and I think I just whacked my tripod, so sorry if the camera just like moved for a second there. But first grade teacher, now in the UK we don't say grades, but when you first start school you go into a year called reception, which is kind of like before year 1, and before that you have like nursery. So I'm going to count reception as like grade 1. I think her name was Rebecca. For some reason I can like picture her face, but I think her name was Rebecca, maybe. Question 12. Where did you go on your first ride to an aeroplane? That was to Tokyo, and yes, some of you are probably thinking I'm crazy for getting on an 11.5-hour flight for my first flight, but you know, it was okay. The excitement of going to Tokyo got me through it, and I was fine, and I've never really had an issue with flying. Like, even though I hadn't flown before, I wasn't scared, or I was more nervous of like the whole process of like checking into the flight and going through security, but it was so smooth, and like the flight down back was fine. So yeah, I would quite happily do that flight or even longer. Question 13. Who was your first best friend and do you still talk? That would be, well, I probably had like people I would kind of class as best friends in primary school. But my first like proper best friend, that would be Lucy, and yes, I still talk to her this day. She got engaged at the end of last year, she's getting married in 2 years time, and I'm going to be her bridesmaid, and I'm very excited, and I am so very happy for her. Question 14. Where was your first sleepover? My parents were a bit weird when I was like smaller, and when I was in primary school they wouldn't ever let me like stay over and sleep over at my friends' houses, which was always really a massive bummer. I was like, Mum, Dad, why can't I just sleep over at my friend's house? But I think it might have been with Lucy actually. Yeah, it was probably with Lucy, I think. Question 15. What was the first thing you did this morning? Pee, because whenever I wake up I am like bursting for the toilet, and the first thing I always have to do whenever I wake up is pee, even before I check my phone or anything. If you think about it, it's really strange. I obviously drink before bed, but like I always like make sure I don't drink anything like a good couple of hours beforehand, and I'll always pee before I go to sleep. But then whenever I wake up I'm like bursting, and I'm like, why blood off? Question 16. What was the first concert you ever went to? Oh my god, I'm kind of embarrassed to say this now, but it was an X Factor tour in like 2011. My mum, she was and I think is still obsessed with Wagner. Yes, she loves him for some reason, and so yeah, she got us all tickets to go and see the X Factor tour in 2011, which was pretty cool. But apart from that, the only other like concert I've been to was Taylor's 1989 tour in Hyde Park. But yeah, I would love to go to more like tours and concerts. I did try to get tickets for Ed Sheeran's Dubai tour. It was so difficult, and I sadly didn't manage to get tickets for that. Question 17. First broken bone. Touch wood. I've never actually broken a bone. I don't know how. I've got osteoporosis, which if you don't know, it just means you have very weak and brittle bones. So that now does mean if I do have a fall, that is a high chance I could break something, so I'm extremely careful. Sadly, it means I can't partake in like super strenuous activities, and I really wanted to go ice skating this winter, but I'm not allowed to sadly, but fingers crossed I've not broken a bone just yet. Question 18. First piercing. Now, a few years back now, I think it was 2014, I was staying with a friend, a good friend of mine from Impatient, Elise, and I was staying at her house for a week, and we were in town where she lives, and I went and got my ears pierced. Now, unfortunately, while I was out, I went into Impatient, and it was still in like, it wasn't the aftercare stage, it was like way after that, and they had like totally healed, and like they were fine. I had earrings in. Somehow one of them got infected, and my earring actually got embedded in my earlobe. Don't ask me how I did that. It was super painful, and I had to go to A&E to have it taken out. So then, yeah, so then that was okay. Then the other one got infected, I think probably just because the other one was infected. So after that I just gave up and let them close up, and I've not bothered to get them re-pierced since, to be honest. Question 19. First foreign country that you've been to? That would have been Paris, and I think that was when I was about 5 years old, and that was for a family trip, and I would love to go back there. I did go to Disneyland at the end of 2014, but I would love to go back there and go around Paris itself again and visit the Angelic Pretty store, of course. Question 20. The first movie you remember seeing? It's probably like some kind of Disney film, I reckon, because when I was like smaller, me and my family would always go to the movies to see films. I'm trying to think now. I think a part of me thinks it's like The Incredibles or something, or even like Finding Nemo. Probably one of those, I think. Question 21, first detention. Now when I was in school I was such a goody two-shoes, and to be honest I still am. I'm very scared of getting into trouble or anything like that. I'm very good and a sensible person, so to be honest I never had any detentions in high school. Like they used to have a really serious one like every Wednesday called like the after school detention, where it would be in the room for like an hour, but I never ever got myself into one of those. So yeah, if you're at school, stay in school and be smart and be sensible. 22, who's your first roommate? And I've never like had to have roommates with anyone, so that question doesn't really apply to me. Question 23, what is the first thing you do when you get home? That is take my bag off, take my shoes off, and probably take my coat off and just lie on my bed for a good 5-10 minutes probably. Question 24 was, when was your first kiss? And this was back in 2014 when I was an inpatient. This was obviously my current boyfriend now, and yeah, he came to visit me one day in my last inpatient unit, and as weird as the place as it was to have a first kiss, it's really cute now and it's a very dear memory that I will remember forever. So there we go guys, you now know a bit more about me. If you want to, then feel free to answer any of the questions in the comments below, as I would love to get to know you guys even better. If you like this, don't forget to give it a like and to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day and I will see you all next time. Bye guys.